Dear viewers, welcome to our channel. On February 21st, according to media reports, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida plans to increase financial support for the semiconductor industry to 10 trillion yen, approximately $67 billion, with support from the private sector. In order to regain its leading position with a 50.3% market share in semiconductors and avoid being choked by overseas competitors, Japan has made a determined effort to attract global advanced semiconductor companies to build factories in Japan by investing $67 billion and attempting to mass-produce 2-nanometer high-end chips to regain global leadership. Japan plans to revitalize the semiconductor industry through massive investments and policy support, striving to reclaim its leading position. The significance behind this initiative lies in the importance of the semiconductor industry. The questions arise: why does the Japanese government attach such importance to the development of the semiconductor industry? What are the significant implications for Japan and the global economy? How does Japan intend to attract global semiconductor companies to establish factories in Japan? What is the likelihood of success for this initiative? While Japan's subsidy speed surpasses that of the United States and South Korea, what challenges do they face on the road to the revival of the semiconductor industry? Japan is striving to turn the tables and reshape the glory of the semiconductor industry. Over the past 40 years, due to the rapid advancement of technology, the market share of Japan's semiconductor industry has plummeted from 50.3% in 1988 to less than 10% in 2019. In response, Japan's Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, Koichi Hagiuda, publicly stated in 2022 that although part of the decline in Japan's semiconductor industry can be attributed to the suppression and counterattacks of competitors such as the United States, more reasons lie in Japan's own strategic and tactical mistakes, leading to industry decline and ambitions being frustrated. Since being surpassed in the global semiconductor leadership position since the 1980s, Japan has decided to reflect on the past, learn lessons, and divide the semiconductor industry revival until 2030 into 3 phases. 1. Accelerate the construction of semiconductor production infrastructure. 2. Collaboratively develop next-generation semiconductor technologies. 3. Utilize existing technologies to develop disruptive semiconductor technologies. At the same time, Japan's new chip strategy includes 2 main directions: the joint development of traditional chip manufacturing and high-end chips. 1. High-end chips. Currently, the 3-nanometers process is the latest achievement in semiconductor technology. However, Japan has announced plans to mass-produce 2-nanometers chips by 2027. According to reports, Japan is actively promoting the Revitalize project located in Hokkaido, aiming to mass-produce the most advanced 2-nanometers chips by 2027 to achieve a leading position in the global high-end chip market. This project has raised questions in the market because Revitalize is a Japanese local company established only 18 months ago in a country far behind its overseas competitors in semiconductor production. For a startup company, producing 2-nanometers chips is a daunting task. However, Japan has invested heavily in it. According to media reports, as part of the Revitalize project, IBM is training about 100 experienced Japanese engineers in Albany, New York, to help them quickly grasp advanced chip expertise in the United States. The Japanese government has set a target to double the sales of domestically produced chips by 2030, reaching a total of over 15 trillion yen, approximately $108 billion. To achieve this goal, the Japanese government has launched the Revitalize project, planning to mass-produce the most advanced 2-nanometer chips by 2027. So far, in just 3 years, Japan has allocated approximately 4 trillion yen, approximately $26.7 billion, to support the development of the semiconductor industry. In addition, well-known semiconductor manufacturers such as TSMC have also set up production lines in Japan, making Japan's wafer factory construction the fastest in the world. Chip production is of significant strategic importance to countries worldwide. Advanced semiconductor chips, as the foundation of over a dozen key technologies including artificial intelligence, weapon systems, and electric vehicles, play a crucial role in modern technology fields. Many countries, including Japan, have recognized this. Kazumi Nishikawa, Director of Economic Security Policy at Japan's Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry, said, "Why do we attach so much importance to chips? Because the stability of the semiconductor supply chain is crucial to the global economy. Once the chip supply is interrupted, the economy will collapse. To enhance domestic traditional chip manufacturing capabilities, Japan plans to regain its leadership in traditional chip manufacturing. In order to attract foreign semiconductor companies to establish production bases in Japan, the Japanese government is willing to provide financial subsidies of up to 50% of the cost of establishing new factories. Although traditional chips may not have the high technical complexity of the latest generation of chips, they are still very important in many applications such as automobiles and industrial equipment. In addition, Japan offers a large number of tax breaks to support foreign companies in building factories. Japan's long-standing regulations, which have been in place for over 50 years, have also been relaxed, allowing the construction of high-tech factories, including semiconductor and battery factories, on agricultural and forestry land. So far, Japan's strategy has achieved phased success. Benefiting from Japan's generous financial subsidies, TSMC believes that chip projects subsidized by Japan can be launched faster than in the United States or other countries. According to reports, TSMC's Kumamoto factory, valued at $7 billion, aimed at rebuilding the semiconductor industry, is expected to be completed this Saturday. This factory has been under construction for only 2 years and 4 months, since its construction plan was announced in October 2021. For Japan, which is usually slow to act and rigorously regulated, it is rare to quickly build a factory in just 20 months, which fully demonstrates the full support of the Japanese government. At the same time, TSMC's second factory in Japan is about to start construction, and the third factory is still in the discussion stage. The Japanese government leads the world in subsidy speed. Compared with the US and South Korean governments, Japan's subsidy speed presents a stark contrast. In 2022, US President Biden officially signed the Chip and Science Act, which plans to invest up to $39 billion in direct subsidies. However, over the past year, the Biden administration has not provided any subsidies to major chip manufacturers such as TSMC or Intel. This has led TSMC to delay production several times to negotiate with the US government. The first $1.5 billion subsidy was only announced this week. On the Korean side, Samsung Electronics Semiconductor project in Yongjin City, selected in February 2019, has not yet started construction. The original plan was to start in 2022, but it has been delayed several times due to local opposition, land compensation, and water supply permit issues. Even if construction begins next year, it is expected to take nearly 8 years to complete. The construction speed of Japan's wafer factories is astonishing, far surpassing other countries. A report released by the Center for Security and Emerging Technology, CSET, pointed out that Japan's wafer factory construction speed ranks first in the world, while the United States ranks last. CSET's research shows that from 1990 to 2020, a total of 635 wafer factories were jointly built worldwide, with an average time from construction to production of 682 days. Among them, Japan's shortest time was 584 days, followed closely by South Korea, with 620 days. The number of days in Europe and the Middle East is basically the same, at 690 days. The longest time in the United States was 736 days, far below the global average, second only to Southeast Asia's 781 days. Japan's semiconductor industry occupies an important position in global competition, with advanced technology and rich experience. However, with the continuous advancement of technology and the intensification of international competition, the industry also faces a series of challenges. Firstly, the difficulty of technological breakthroughs cannot be ignored. With the rapid development of technology, competition in the semiconductor field is becoming increasingly fierce, and Japanese companies need to continuously invest a large amount of resources in research and development innovation to maintain competitiveness. However, technological breakthroughs are not easy and require long-term accumulation and continuous efforts. Secondly, international competitive pressure is also an important issue. Globally, the semiconductor industry is in a period of rapid growth, with countries increasing their investment efforts to compete for market share. Facing competition from countries such as the United States, South Korea, and China, Japanese semiconductor companies need to formulate effective competitive strategies, improve product quality and technological level, in order to establish themselves in the international market. In addition, fundraising is also a challenge for the revival of Japan's semiconductor industry. Semiconductor research and development require huge capital investment, while Japanese companies are relatively limited in funding. Therefore, attracting domestic and foreign investment, seeking government support and cooperation become important tasks for Japanese semiconductor companies. At the same time, companies also need to strengthen internal management, improve the efficiency of fund utilization, and ensure the effective operation of funds. In summary, Japan's semiconductor industry will face challenges such as the difficulty of technological breakthroughs, international competitive pressure, and fundraising in the process of revival. Only through continuous technological innovation, improving competitiveness, and effective fund management can Japanese semiconductor companies overcome these difficulties and achieve true revival. Finally, let me summarize for the readers, hoping you have gained something, enlightenment and reflection. In short, the revival of Japan's semiconductor industry cannot be ignored in the global technological competition. It has changed the competitive landscape of the semiconductor industry in other countries and regions, and promoted the development trend of global technological innovation. As Japanese semiconductor companies continue to grow and develop, they will continue to play an important role in global technological competition, and have a positive impact on the development of the global technology industry. Japan's semiconductor industry is gradually regaining its strength. Mass production of 2-nanometer high-end chips will not only enhance Japan's international status in the semiconductor field, but also bring new opportunities and momentum to related industries' development. With the continuous advancement of technology and the continuous improvement of the industry chain, it is believed that Japan's semiconductor industry will usher in a more brilliant future. Today's video ends here. Stay tuned for the next exciting content. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.